Oh, an expensive lorry. Morning, Holly. There we are, wee cammy. Ah, you bandit! It's a bit of a stalemate for grub this morning. We get on alright. They're not scrapping too much. Right, we'll leave him to it, but that's been a good start so far. The lambs have not escaped out of this field. That's why I shifted them in here, because they kept escaping, which was fine, until we started obliterating the sunflowers. Gavi. This calf's getting on well, good size. The Angus calves, they were all born a wee bit earlier, so they've kicked on a bit. Nipped round these cows this morning. They're loving the sun. They've all just stood up because I've arrived, but when they're lying down in the sun, it's warm, they're not having to kind of use their body to make heat energy. They're doing well because they're growing, they're using all that energy for growth. Whereas if it's cold and it's windy, they're having to stay warm, so they're using more energy that way. When the weather's like this, the grass is growing, the cows are loving it, the calves are loving it, smashing. Okay, just heading away down to Stirling now. It'll take me about 40 minutes to get there to pick up a vaccination for the calves. Bovoxin it's called. Mainly for blackleg it's called in cattle. It's a lameness, causes a bit of swelling in a limb and it can kill them. Speaking to the vet on our health plan, it was they said, yeah, do it, it's a cheap vaccination, it's worthwhile doing. Who else uses Bovoxin or something else right now as a vaccination against blackleg and other bits and bobs? Clostridial diseases they're called. Right, I've made it, got the vaccination. Bovoxin it's called. So that's it here. This is 100ml. I've got 200ml because they get a 2ml dose just now, the calves, and then in a month's time they get another 2ml dose. So that'll do them. I've got 46 calves to do. £2 a calf to protect them from a whole host of diseases is quite a good value for money product. The cost is really in the time. You've got to bring them in, jab them twice. For my cattle records, I use an app called Breeder. And I've just figured out that you can scan the barcodes on medicine and it just automatically updates that into your medical cabinet, which is amazing. So once I then dose the calves, I just select 20 calves and then put in that I've dosed them all, and it'll take it out of that supply out of the cabinet. Kev's just soaked all of this, so this is where the cattle were. So this is going to get power washed today, possibly, maybe tomorrow, but giving it a soak so it comes up a bit easier. Because obviously normally we tip grain in here, the dryer pit's in there, and this all fills up with grain, so we need to give it a good old wash out. Just setting up a few gates around here so we can pen this off, bring in the cows, put them into the race. Then we'll split off the cows, keep the calves, cows can all head back out, and then we'll get jagging all the calves. What's the verdict? Are they going to come in easy? See what we can do, get them round up. Just giving ourselves a wee bit more room, getting rid of some cows. Hopefully no calves follow. Go on then, shh, shh, shh. How'd you go? How'd you go? Shh, shh, shh. Come on. Two down. Just taking a wee bit of figuring out. We've not really run too many calves through this yet. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Tea at Granny's. Right, this batch is all done. Just getting them wheeled out now. There was 20 odd in there. No, -3, it's probably about 17. Here come the calves. Cows are roaring because they want their calves back, but here they come. So next up, well, we've got 3 calves here in a separate field that need done. Need to put a crush onto the flatbed, which I've just put on. And a pile of gates, and maybe if there's space, put the quad bike on to go along the road to yard 2 and vaccinate the rest of the calves. These 3 need to get jagged. You can see she's definitely improved on the back leg. She's putting weight on it now. Anyway, hopefully just nick them up there. That was a shambles. Hopefully get this on the back of the trailer there. Wee bit of a squeeze. This is the issue with our setup at the moment, is we have to shift the crush. Like a glove. Perfect. I was guesstimating at these gates not being wider than the crush, but I'm not so sure now. That would really scupper plans. All that's left to say is the magic 3 words. She's not going anywhere. Hold on, actually, you flick the strap at the same time. She's not going anywhere. Yeah, that's sign seal delivered, no movement in that. You can see how much of a faff it is having to go and just jag 30 calves along the road. So we're needing to make some changes along at yard number 2. We've made it, we're on the next yard. Nothing's fallen off. Jackpot. Not that I know of. If you happen to be driving between the back road of Crawford and Perth and you see a gate or a crush or a quad bike, please return it to CrawfordsFarm. Cheers. Here comes a lorry of fert. Right, I'm just going to unload all of this. Obviously not the crush. Only the forklift for that. Well, Kev just unloads that lorry of fertiliser. That's not 2030. Second load of that to arrive. We've got 2 loads of NP and K arriving later on in the week. And then urea won't arrive for another wee while. Salvaging all the gates we can get. I've bundled up them. Kev's got a few more from that side as well, so we can make as big a race as possible. There goes an empty lorry. Oh, an expensive lorry. Get the crush off and then figure out roughly where we're going to put it. Bit of a makeshift race about here. Use the tree for shade as well. Right, we'll get a makeshift race made right here. Hopefully. Right, done. Ready for the morning. We're going to do these cattle in the morning. Race is all set up. Just need to flick the quad bike off, so hopefully I'll just hit the accelerator and it'll come flying off. No bother. Come on.
No bother. I'd like to see you come back up there.
No bother. Invisible helmet. Easy. Hey Doug. Now going to yard number 4, I need to check some winter barley. Seed merchants are wanting to inspect it at the end of the week, so I'm going to go and check and just have a look around it and see if we're needing to rogue it. So I'm just going to nip along there on my way home. What a field of barley, honestly, absolutely brilliant. We've got our bad bits of wheat and we've got our bad bits of rape, but all the winter barley is looking brilliant, to be honest. Thick, luscious. Look at that. Peas are well filled already. There's loads of peas on that ear. Oh, smashing. It's pretty clean down there in terms of leaves. There's a bit, I'm not actually sure what that is. What do you call that? That's one thing I'm not very, good at. That's one of the things I'm not very good at. Diseases and things like that in crops. I'm still getting my head around all that stuff. Not very good at that. but I can tell it's fairly clean, fairly stiff, you know, it's bouncing back, no bother. That's the reason why you put growth regulators on it, to keep it kind of this height. This is a decent height of crop, to be honest, and it's had its growth regulator, so without that, I mean, you end up a wee bit taller, a wee bit more weight up the top. As it ripens off, becomes stiff, the stem, the greenness goes, it starts to die off, and it can cope, it can fall over because it's not got the strength anymore, the rigidity. So that's why we put the growth reg on. If it falls over, one, it's just can be a nightmare to combine. If it falls over and stays wet, it can germinate while it's lying on the ground because the water can't get away. It soaks up the moisture and germinates. Yeah, so we don't want it to lie flat. We want it to stay nice and tall like it is right now. There you go. There's a rogue. So we're going to need to go through this crop, to be honest. And every second. Oh, what is that over there? Hold on. Just found a lot of wheat on this tram line. I can see it runs all the way around the tram line. Scrap that, I've got it wrong. That other field I was just at is not a seed crop. This one is though, so we'll check that. Which is just as well because I found a load of wheat in there. So we'll be in here tomorrow. Me and Kev will come and rogue this tomorrow. There won't be much in it, but there will be the odd wee bit here and there, but we'll just go up and down probably every other tram line, and it'll get inspected end of the week and hopefully pass with flying colours. Other than that wee patch there, which always drowns out, and it's not big enough a patch to warrant putting a big drain in because it needs to go, I think the drain needs to go all the way over there. It will get done eventually, but just because it's a wee patch it never gets done. Otherwise, the rest of the field's looking absolutely top notch, same as the other field. That's pretty full up for this time of year, doing well. That's what the innards look like. That dries down to hopefully 14% moisture when we combine it. That would be nice. Just bumped into my mate Wills, and I've nicked his pit vipers. Cheers, Wills.
Okay. No, Crawford, cut!
Turns out he's got 2 sets of them. Put yours on. Do we look class? Probably, yeah. Pigeons! They're needing a bit of instant lead poisoning. Now it's light at night. Need to get out and try and nail those pigeons a bit because there's absolutely loads at the moment. That's everything for this video. Cheers for watching. If you've not already, subscribe, red button. Almost to 7,000. We're creeping, we're creeping.